What's up trainers, welcome back to a new video, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing you a nice off-meta pick in the Fantasy Cup, which is live right now. Hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. It's quite a nice meta, but it's also kind of like a meta where you need to pay to win if you want to have a good Registeel or whatsoever. I don't have a Registeel level 50 yet, or level, I don't know how it's going to be, but I don't have it. Today's team is going to be Primarina on the lead with the safe swap of the Giratina and then the Scissor as a closer. Or sometimes I safe swap into the Scissor because it can also, well, kind of like core break some teams because of its typing and moveset, which is really nice. So without further ado, let's hop in this first match. And in this first match, we got Primarina on the lead versus Escavalier. And Escavalier is also quite a nice pick. I don't have one myself either, which is quite unfortunate. Would love to have one for the Ultra League because it's quite strong in there. But as you can see here, we're gonna do just a lot of resisted charm damage and then go for the move because they would have reached another one. And as you can see, can we farm down? No, we cannot. This is quite unfortunate. They leave with a move and they have switch, which means that they can now do a little bit of damage on us, some chip damage. And they can choose their best answer against their against my Giratina, which is going to be their own Giratina. So now the thing we have to do is we have to make a catch, otherwise they have a health advantage, we have a slight advantage of energy, which is nice, but we make the catch. And they're also running Dragon Breath. For this meta, I would highly recommend you using Shadow Claw and Shadow Sneak and Dragon Claw as a moveset, because the shadow damage or the shadow or the ghost type damage is just not going to be resisted on any Pokemon, if I'm not mistaken. If there is one, let me know. But yeah, go for Shadow Claw, that's the way. As you can see here, they come in with another Dragon Breath user. We win CMP over the Dragonite, and as you can see, this Iron Head is going to be taking them out. So from a shield, we had the same amount of shields. They had switch advantage, and we had a bit of HP disadvantage, but we still were able to manage to turn things around. And as you can see, well, we can shield up here, and I think we're one move ahead, one turn ahead on them, on my opponent, and just about we take them out, and that's going to be a GG. Very well played to my opponent. So next game, we got Lucario on the lead. Actually quite a positive lead matchup for us because their fast move is going to be resisted, as where our fast move is going to be neutral because the steel typing from Lucario. Now they safe swap into a Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini is kind of like a deal breaker for this team, although when you see it on the lead, the charm damage from the Primarina is kind of nice. Here I'm just gonna go for the Iron Head, no baiting, because if I'm gonna get a shield back, or if I'm gonna get the first shield, it's going to be fine, because now I can come back in with the Primarina, hopefully shield up the Moonblast and then leave with a lot of energy. Am I going to shield this one? Yeah, I'm gonna shield this one up. Shield up the Moonblast, and now hopefully we can farm them all the way down, which we can. Perfect. This is alright. We have a lot of energy. They're gonna come back in with their Lucario. So right now I'm thinking they must have Giratina or whatsoever in the back, right? Otherwise you won't come in there. Here I'm actually gonna throw the Psychic. It's something you can have in mind as well. With the Moonblast you can have an attack fel, and with the Psychic you can have the defense fel. And I prefer to go in some situations for the attack fel if you need it. But in this case, where you probably know that they are going to shield anyways, and the charm damage is quite impressive on them, I prefer to go for the Psychic so you get the defense drop. And as I said, they have a Giratina in the back. You can just read people themes if they come in with a certain Pokemon. Be very aware of that, because it will help you out in your battle and also in your kind of like in your gameplay. Here for example, I just know that I can, well, let this move go. We have shield advantage, and now if we just farm up all the way to almost like the back-to-back, we should have this. It's still going to be close because I think we are again one turn ahead, which means we will outpace them to the next final move, which is going to be crucial. So let's see, are we going to outpace them? Just about. They were at the move right after this one. So yeah, that's going to be a GG. Very well played to my opponent, but we take those, and that's going to be a good game. All right. Very positive lead. Dragonite, that's quite nice. They're gonna save switch into their Scissor, and this Scissor is actually running Furry Cutter, which is a nice fast move, but for this meta, again, I would preferably go for the Bullet Punch, just because I think in general it will do more against the typings and metas you will see, especially against the fairy typings, which is nice because you can in general farm them all the way down. And with Fury Cutter it's going to be resisted, so it won't help you out as much. Also in this matchup it helps me out a lot because I can basically, well, I don't have to fear their fast move pressure because it's resisted, and here I can just go for the Dragon Claw because I would have otherwise farmed them all the way down. And now as you can see they get the boost, but we farm them down before they get there, so that's fine. That's actually very nice. So we get to the Dragon Claw against their Dragonite. Can we get to the back-to-back? Because if we would get to the back-to-back, their Dragonite's almost gone, but we die with the move. Unfortunate, but we have the answers. And now, this is kind of like a tricky scenario, but I felt like I didn't really needed my Scissor anymore. But it's actually going to pay me if I'm not mistaken. But let's see. I think I can just let it go. If it's a wild charge, I don't care because the charm damage will hurt even though it's a steel type. They go for the wild charge, which is fine. And look at the charm damage, it's so much. Here I think I can safely shield right. They're not at the mirror shot bait and then the wild charge, but they are. So yeah, I get outplayed here. A good game to my opponent. I think I wasn't really paying too much attention playing this game, but they got there, they did what they had to do, which is nice. Alright, next game. We got a Slurpuff, which is kind of like a cool pick as well. It's XL if I'm not mistaken. Look at the CP, it's not even max, so kind of like an unfair matchup for them right now because they probably don't have the XL candy or whatsoever. We let it go, could have been an energy ball, but I was like, nah, they're probably running Flamethrower and Play Rough because it's more eligible for this meta. Steel type fire move and the Play Rough for the dragons, of course. So we can take those and we farm them all the way down. This is nice because we leave with a nice move. We can go for the Moonblast. In this case, for example, the charm damage won't help me out so much, so you don't go for the Psychic, go for the Moonblast because it will do more damage than the Psychic. They shield it up, which is fine. We're gonna go in the mirror. They have, well, big energy advantage at this point, but still Scissor can take a few, and look what they have in the back. They have a Tapu Fini, which is kind of like a pain for me again because we don't have the greatest answer in the back, but the Iron Head lands. And that is actually going to be amazing, and I think this is going to be a GG. It's still going to be close because Scissor is, in my opinion, also a very nice pick because of the typing, and there are a lot of fast moves in this meta that don't really put a lot of pressure on your Pokemon. So keep that in mind if you choose your Pokemons, because it doesn't really matter too much if your Pokemon is squishy, just like Scissor, because most of the fast move damage that you will take in this meta is not going to do a lot. For example, I'm just saying Charm, you will resist. That's probably the highest attack weighted or damage fast move that there is in this meta. Dragon Breath you resist, Lock On you resist. Water Gun is probably the next big one that will do a lot of damage against you, but that's it really. There's not a lot of fast move pressure in this meta, so make sure to just pick some nice Pokemon and don't think too much if they're squishy, because just what I told you, I think most of them can handle this meta, because you don't have to worry about it too much. Here in this matchup again, we shield up the Moonblast, which is nice, and now I'm just gonna go for the Psychic. It doesn't matter because they're low at HP, and we take them out, which is nice. Now they bring in their Registeel, and I'm like, I don't know what to do here, because Registeel is such a good Pokemon for the Ultra League, and especially in this cup. I think it's the best Pokemon. Also on PV Poke, where you can check all the Pokemons and rankings of them in certain metas and cups. It's the best one. It's just the best one. And at this point, I'm feeling like I'm not sure if I'm gonna win this one. They catch as well. They catch the Shadow Sneak, which is also kind of like inefficient for my energy. But maybe there's still a chance. Maybe there's still a chance. Never give up, trainers, because people can make mistakes. Trainers can make mistakes, and you can take advantage of that if you play it well. If you look at what happens, and here we get the boost, and this is what this is what I was just talking about. Don't worry too much about the fast move pressure, because Scissor is about to go to town, and as you can see right here, right now, we take the Giratina out, because they're probably like, you know what, my Registeel is gonna clutch. And I'm like, my Scissor is gonna clutch, because look at this. We got the boost, and now we are just gonna spam out these nice slashes, because it will do a lot of damage and it will add up, and they have to shield at some point, and then the Registeel is just too low. And you can already tell, look at the healthy Giratina I still got in the back. Scissor just swept the Giratina and the Registeel. So that's why I really like Scissor, and as you can see, it doesn't really matter anymore. At this point, we still won the game. Because of the boost, I don't think we would have one hit, but I'm not too sure, to be honest, without getting the boost. But it helped anyway. So yeah, never hesitate and top left if you're not feeling like 100% certain that you will lose that game. And if you are like 100% certain, then top left and don't waste anyone's time. So, as you can see, we got a nice 4-1 set. I think I went 4-1 in a few other sets as well. So if you want to have a nice off-meta pick, I would go for Primarina. I will post another video later this week where I'm going to show you, I think, one of the best underrated Pokemons for this meta. I'm not going to tell you which it is right now, but yeah, keep a lookout on the channel. Check out my other videos as well, would help me out a lot. And subscribe to the channel, tell your friends. I want to hit 1,000 subscribers at the end of the month. So yeah, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you trainers in the next video. Peace.